Oh, hey people, it's your girl, makeup artist DeShawn Hatcher, trying to rejuge her wet hair. Hi people, it is Sunday at 7. As I say, I'm always on here at 7 for you beautiful people. Man, when I tell you it has been a week, it has been a funky week. It has been busy and not busy and then busy again. And listen, I'm happy to be here. So many people are not. So I'm happy to be here. Maria Jones. Hi, Maria Jones. Maria Jones, can you hear me, my darling? You can let me know if you can hear me. Then maybe I'd stop yelling at you people. So, as I was saying, many people are not here. I'm just putting my stuff away. Many people are not here. I would like to dedicate this Sunday to a wonderful person named Lou Simon, who passed away this morning. Um, and I love him. And yeah, he passed away this. He had a lot of medical complications, but that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to celebrate life and be happy that we knew such a good person, and that's it. So I just wanted to put that out in the universe. I miss you, Lou, and that's it. So I am here for you people. It is Ask the Black Girl a Question today. Okay, as always. As always. But you know I'm always full of stories. We know that, right? We know that. So let's see. Maria Jones, yes, ma'am. Okay. Thank you for letting me know you can hear me. Okay. Oh, Star Gem. Well, hello. These names I love. Who's this? Hey, Monique. Hi, sweetheart. So yeah, man. Listen, people. Listen. She's working. Then she's in places that she has no reception, so she can't use the phone. She can't email. Then she's got to come back in here and finish the slaughter that I did in my bedroom. Oh, child, please. It has been a week and 5 days. It's like a week, but give me 5 more days added on too, because that's how this week has been. So that's what I had to say about that. Now, if you guys have any questions, you know how we start. If you have any questions, just click them in there and I'd be happy to answer. Or we can do story time. I forgot who said that to me last. I think it was Lori last week. Do you ever do story times? I was like, not really. I just tell my stories. I don't really do story time. But something happened in the news yesterday or the day before that. Listen. I don't even. I barely knew it was Sunday. Okay, so bear with my black ass. I really didn't know what day it was, and then of course I didn't change the times. So I'm in here. 1 o'clock said it was 8 o'clock, and then I went into a mad panic, and I said, "Oh my god!" And then I was like, "Oh no, it's not 8 o'clock and stuff." And so it's like this is a Libra. She's not. She doesn't have her center today, so you just have to bear with the cuckoo crazy crack. It's up in the brain. So this has nothing to do with makeup, and it has everything to do with makeup, but it has nothing, absolutely nothing at all to do with makeup. Nothing. Could I message you privately? Of course you can. All you have to do is I think in the about section under my name, there should be a link to email, and you can just, yeah. Lots of people send me emails. It's fine. So this doesn't have anything to do with makeup. Oh wait, maybe listen. If you guys have something about makeup, this does not supersede your makeup questions. This is just a story that I'm sharing. I prefer to answer your makeup questions. So if you have makeup questions, put it in there because the story is pretty long. I was going to use it to fill up time. Okay, hi DeShawn. What do you think of the face tightening gel from Peter Thomas Roth? Have you ever tried it? First of all, Stew Peas, the name is just amazing. I love just the names just tickle me. No, I haven't tried it. I'm a weirdo. I'm not like, how can I explain to you guys? Like, I know I should be an influencer for you, and I know I should be testing out a lot of things, but straight up, stupid. I have cystic acne. And if you watch Dr. Pimple Popper and you see all that gush that comes out. So I can't just I can't be a tester for skincare sometimes. You see what I'm saying? Because I will not try to get cysts on me. And so, no, I don't run out and try all different kinds of skincare. And since I'm not trying to gas myself up, but I don't need the skin tightening. So I wouldn't try it. Unless Peter Thomas Roth wants to send me something, I'll try it for one try, but I'm not going to go spend the $50 on something that I'm certainly not going to use again. So yeah, I'm not that influencer kind of person that tries a lot of different things on my skin. I will say this, that everything that's in my kit, everything I have put on my face, and everything that's not in my kit that was supposed to go on my kit has gone on my face. And I can tell you my skin is hypersensitive, hyper oily, and can break out. And so I can tell instantly if this is going to work on 99% of the people in my, that I work with. And so that's one of the reasons why I don't dabble in all that stuff. Okay. What can I do when the foundation on a client's face looks like it's separating on the skin? Monique. I think the question to me would be, I'm assuming the reason why it's probably separating is because the moisturizer may be underneath, what moisturizer, primer, whatever the heck y'all are putting on these people's skin is interacting with your foundation. And sometimes people tend to, and for people who don't know, who haven't been here before, I may be answering your question directly, but I'm answering it in a universal sense for people to learn, so you understand. So I'm not ignoring what she said. I'm just saying I'm answering in a universal form right now. So sometimes what happens is somebody might put oil on the skin and then try to put like silicone foundations on top, or vice versa, or different kinds of combinations. And so what happens with that is the foundation will start to separate. You'll just go, oh, hell no. Oh, no. And it just goes. Shh. So I don't know what it is that you've done, what you put on first versus what you put on second. So if you can tell me, my dear, what it is that you put on. What can I do foundation? Yeah, Miss Monique, what did you put on her skin or his skin? I don't want to be sexist now. What did you put on their skin first? And then do you know what the main ingredients are of those things? And then do you know what your main ingredient is for your foundation? So most of the time, silicone goes with silicone, oil kind of goes with oil. So you understand. So if you know that, then we can discuss it further. If you don't know it, life will go on, and we'll figure it out another way. Now, you asked me, I see it mostly on the nose. Okay, but today I noticed it on the chin. Okay. What could be happening? What could be is that sometimes people have like, even though you moisturize, some people could have like these, every now and then I get it. I'm oily as hell, but oily skin does not mean I can't have a dry patch on my face. Okay. So every now and then somebody might have like this dry patch on either the nose or on the face. And what I mean by dry patch, I'm going to use my terminology, may not be industry term, but it's mine. When you don't exfoliate the skin and there's like a layer of some funk, okay, the makeup might not want to adhere to that. So basically, you have to feel the face. So once you put the moisturizer on, right, you have to moisturize on it. So once you put the moisturizer on, right, you have to feel the face. I do it all the time. Moisturizer, and then I go boop, and I go like this, right? That's what I do to people. And then I go, okay, it seems to be moisturized. Okay. Then I'll go in on the foundation. And like you said, on the nose area and those areas that just won't take the makeup. I've been using, and this is my personal kit, so I don't use it on me, but there's two ways of doing this, my dear. You can either stipple it on, which is just Listen, this is my brush. This is my dirty brush. Just ignore it, okay? But you can either stipple, dot, 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 dot. Stipple is this, right? Don't do this. Stippling is this. I probably got product on here. Yeah, I do. So stippling is this. So you probably want to stipple the product on. Or if it ain't taking you, like, listen, DeShawn, I tried it all, okay? Then if it's not taking, what I have done in the last several years is I reach, and I don't have it here because I don't need it. I reach for Urban Decay's, eyeshadow primer. And wherever on the nose it won't take, wherever on the chin it won't take, I stipple that on. So if it's on the chin, I would stipple it on, right? And then I would stipple the foundation on top of that. And then powder and do whatever else you do. So that's what I do. And I haven't had a problem with that. And before, by the way, the stippling motion is so important because it allows you to kind of just put like you're putting like these little pinpoints, pin, 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 pin. And so it's allowing that foundation to kind of like build up each time you hit it. I've been able to work on people with lupus like that. You know, people who have lupus, they have these dry scar. I don't know what they would call it, but it's this dry scarring kind of patch. And I remember a young lady, I was doing Make-A-Wish one day, and the prize wasn't me, but the prize was to do makeup for her. And she just said, "Oh, you'll never get the makeup to stay on my face." And I said, "Oh, yes, I will." Oh, yes, I will. And this is way before Urban Decay, way before all this stuff. I just stippled it. I just stippled it. And sure enough, she was so happy. It was all on her face. And she was like, "Oh my God." So the stippling motion sometimes is even more important than, let's say, any other gadget that we have in our kit. It's the way that we apply it. So I hope that long ass answer helped you. I hope it helped you. I use a MAC moisturizer because that is what the job provides. I try to bring some of my products because I'm not used to using MAC products. And then I used Graftobian foundation. Yeah, then Graftobian, I mean, hello. Graftobian goes on. I've been using almost, not exclusively, every now and then I'll whip out something else. But yeah, I use Graftobian about 6% of the time now. Yeah, it's a stippling motion, honey. I don't know what's in the MAC moisturizer. I'm not sure because they have different formulations. You need to read what it is on that bottle and find out what the hell's in there. But sometimes what will happen is you don't allow it to absorb into the skin. So what you might want to do if you ever run into a funky situation like that again, you might want to just take a tissue and over the entire face and just kind of, like I say, I touch the skin, but you might want to just blot it and then proceed. And then if for some weird reason that doesn't, I don't know why it wouldn't work. Graftobian is meant to go over. It's the thing, the reason why I love Graftobian so much is it's a theatrical based makeup. It is to go over everything. That's why I love it. That's why, yeah, she loves it. So I try with stippling, and you have to have a stippling. No, you don't have to, but if you see, it's just so filthy. But do you see this? Do you see that brush? It's like ting, 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 ting. You need like brushes like this in your kit. This is a Design brush. The A Design, by the way, was very popular back in the 2000, I don't know, 5 to 10, 2005 to 2010 type time frame. And then they stopped producing professional makeup brushes where they're back and you can actually buy, this is A Design, you can actually buy A Design on Amazon. But if you get any, do you have another stippling brush in here? Any stippling brush, I think right now this is the only one I have. And even this one, this is my private one. I don't even know what this is. The name is off. It's probably Crown. If you see how dense this is, right? Okay, put that first. If you see how dense this brush is, right? That's another one. Let's see what's on here. Something on here? Yeah. So that's another one that you press. You're pressing the product into the skin. That's what stipple. That's what that all does. But yeah, I don't know, honey. Arati, hello, honey. Arati says, I have stippling brushes, but I'm still learning how to finesse them. Yeah, I mean, I'm a stippler. I'm been stippling. I've been stippling since I started. But no, really, I mean, it's just something that I do from time to time. It's just something that I do. And especially when there are areas of the face that just won't take it. Just you do the normal stuff that you do, and then all of a sudden you see this little weird patch and you go, what the hell? And I just boop, 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 boop. And it depends on the brush. It depends on what kind of brush that is suitable for you. Like I can stipple with anything. I can stipple with almost anything. But it does depend sometimes on the brush. And I think a stippling brush might be helpful. Stalazi, you know how much I push Stalazi, but Stalazi has great stippling brushes. I can't. Do I have one in here? No. Stalazi has great stippling. I have too many of those. So many. But when I say stippling, when I say stippling, the brushes that have the hair that's kind of cut out. So it's like, it's not full. It's not impacted. Let me explain real quick. So this is Stalazi brush. Okay. So as you see how this is nice and thick, right, and full, right? Well, if you notice, this one is almost as if I took a scissor and just cut, and gave it a haircut. That's the difference. See, one is completely full. The other one has these little point, ting, 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 ting. And though I use these for almost everything. I use these to stipple. I use these for blush. I use these for powder. I use them for everything. But that's the difference. And this is why stippling on this type of brush is a little bit easier for many people than this, because this is so full. You understand? So that's just the difference. That's all. Lauren Bishop. Hey, Lauren Bishop. Lauren, you were the one who asked me about story time last week, I think. I thought it was you. You enforced how important hand technique and hand placement / positions are for makeup artists. Hell yeah, I do. Yeah, because without that, it becomes, if your hand positioning is not correct, then the way you do makeup can be very, very, very off. And you'll say, what's wrong? I don't know what's wrong. And it's just simply sometimes in the way that you are holding on to that brush, in the way that you're standing in front of your person. This is why I'm slight plug, but anyway, this is why increase your speed. When I do increase your speed, people speed up because I adjust you as you're standing there. I adjust you. I literally will adjust you. Like, move your arm, move your hand, move your fingers. I literally will adjust you when you're standing there. And sometimes that little adjustment makes somebody go way faster. But yeah, it really is. It could come down to the way you were holding that brush. That can take you from a half an hour, 45 minutes to an hour, down to 30 minutes. It's the way you're holding that brush. It's the way that you're standing in front of that person. There's a lot of science to commanding your space and the dexterity of the way you handle your instruments. That's why, if you think of it this way, guys, that's why some people, when they do a liner, right? Some people can use a slanted brush. Some people you need a super thin brush. Some people like a thicker brush. It's the same thing. It's just the dexterity of the brush. See, the way you're handling the brush. That's all. Thank you, Arati. How do you feel about dual makeup brushes? I think they're great and take up less space in kits and makeup purses. Yes, I was. Oh, yes, I was the one who asked about story time. That's what I thought. I personally don't like them. I don't like them. And I'll tell you why I don't like them. And it's a weird reason why I don't like them. Okay. So when we're cleaning our brushes, and we people have to clean our brushes more than anybody in the world. Okay. So when you're cleaning your brushes, and so I'm just pulling brushes out of my ass right now. Oh, here, these two. So let's say these two are stuck together. I got one of these on one end and one of these on the other end. Well, technically, the way I wash my brushes is I have a tendency, I have things that I lean, you can't see me, but I have things that I lean my brushes on so they gently tilt this way, right? Just gently, right? So I line up my brushes and they come up to about an inch and they gently lean so the water doesn't get in here. So it dries everything in here is going to dry out. That's how I do it. So now if I have clean two brushes, right? Or if I clean the dual brushes, now I got one that's up here and one that's down here and one that's up here. So what's happening? It's defeating the whole damn purpose of what I'm doing, okay? So that means that the water in this brush is now going into this area, right? And can ruin my brush over time. Obviously not tomorrow, but over time. And so it's kind of defeating the purpose. It's also taking my brush longer to dry, this particular one. And so I don't like them, okay? She don't like me. I don't like them. I don't like them for the cleaning. I just don't like them. And also, when you have the dual brushes, you can't really put them, you can't like put them in a slotted thing, a brush holder that has, I don't know if you can't see this, but a brush holder that, has sleeves, because you're putting the dirty end into where you would normally put your tips, right? And so it becomes like, it becomes for me. That's what that's what it becomes. And then you have duals, and then it could dirty. Oh, forget it. It's just I'm sorry, they drive me crazy. Oh, those dual brushes. But I think if I wasn't a makeup artist and if I was just a regular woman, I would probably have them, because I probably wouldn't be cleaning the brushes as much as I look how filthy my brush is. This is my brush. This is mine. This is mine. Okay. So as I wouldn't wash my personal brushes as much. No. I wash when I'm professional. I wash all of my professional brushes a lot. But my personal brushes, unfortunately, I suck at. I have to say, DeShawn, go get your brushes and clean them, damn it. It's terrible. It's terrible. Rashad is in the house. Excuse me. Rashad Terry, Global Beauty, is in the house. Hi, honey. Hi, honey. Watched you drinking that tequila. That was cute. So any more questions? Any more questions? Listen, it is one of those days. Listen. I didn't eat. I had an apple today. I got to get something to eat. So I cannot be on here. I say this every weekend. I know that. I can't be on here for like hours, but I really can't. I got to order my food. Listen, I moved up to a place that shuts down early. So she got to order her food because I'm not cooking. I'm too tired. And the house is jacked up because I pulled everything out the bedroom. Help me, Jesus. It's one of them help me, Jesus moments. Help me, Jesus. That's what it is. Questions. Ask the sister some questions. Oh, and don't forget to pick up that book, Assisting Rules, because my friend said, you really don't talk about your book, do you? And I was like, it's right there. It's right there. She was like, you need to talk about your book. So I'm talking about my book, Assisting Rules, at assistingrules.com. It tells you everything you need to know about assisting and more. And if I'm proud to say, many of you beautiful people have written to me and told me you got jobs off of it, like real jobs, and not just assisting gigs. You guys have gotten jobs off of my lovely advice. So Assisting Rules at assistingrules.com. Plug. There we go. She's done. I hope that satisfies my friend. She's going to say, no, it didn't. She's going to say, no, Sean, it didn't. No, not at all. So anybody has any questions? Okay, I'm waiting for questions. Thank you. And yes, thank you, Rashad. Yes. And the storage on the dual brushes is hard because you can't put it into a cup because you start to bend. So that's the other reason why those dual brushes aren't really helpful. Bottom brush is totally destroyed. No, you're right. I know you're laughing, but it's true, because then you pull out, like, you have this brush, right? You'll have this brush on the bottom, and then all of a sudden it's like this, and you're like, what happened? Where is my brush? Because you stored it upside down. So it's like, I do have I had one dual brush that I really, really did like, and it was more for like a detail brush. But I ran into that situation. I ran into that. I need to put it in a cup. No, I can't put it in a cup. There's no way for me to put it. That's the problem I ran into. So that's just one of my kind of, problems. Leighton, hello. Leighton, hello, honey. Any suggestions on increasing skill and knowledge when you are not in a metro area? You got to go to where the class is. You have to travel. It sucks. Yeah, I understand, Jocelyn. Hi, Jocelyn, by the way. I do understand, like, yo, DeShawn, I'm in like such of the country. Well, I am 2 hours away from New York now. And if I had to take a class, I'd have to take my ass to New York. So, you know what I mean? So I feel you. I feel the pain, but you'll have to just travel. You need to get out of your area and just, that's why, education is an investment. It's not, excuse me, it's not, you should take on education as an investment. I remember, who told me this so long ago when I had first started, and I cannot remember, but it's always stuck in my head. Like, especially if you're new, right? The things that you should budget for are your kit, obviously. But you should budget for your education as well. And if you're in an area, unfortunately, that there's not a lot of stuff going on, then you should budget for one and or two detailed classes, especially when you're new, a year. So, and you should be able, and by the way, that's a tax write-off. And I don't know if people know that, but it's an educational expense and you can write that off in your taxes. Well, wait a minute. I don't know what Dump did. So you might have to check that out because I'm not sure what you can write off and what you can write on now. I don't know. But anyway, you should budget for education. I would say if you're good at learning it online, then take an online thing. But online is pre-recorded, and you can't really ask questions. You can just observe. Um, that's where I have. That's why I have funky issues with online classes. Unless the person's physically standing there and you can connect with a person, then I would say take that kind of class. But if it's one of those pre-recorded ones, you can learn a lot from a pre-recorded class. Is what YouTube is all about. You can learn a lot. But when you have those, everybody has that weird ass question you want to ask, like, why did you blah 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 blah? Why did you do it that way? You want to ask and you can't, and you're just watching. So that's just my pet peeve. But you still can get your learning on that way as well. But you will have to, get to the closest city and please look up the teacher. Please, please, please. I have a video on here. I think it was the first or second video I had done talking about, am I a good makeup artist, right? And one of the things that I said was, please check out the teacher. So whatever, Miss Jocelyn, you are interested in, please make sure that teacher is the right teacher for what they're teaching. Because unfortunately, Miss Jocelyn, you will find people who will say, I'm a teacher, and they may have just taken my class, right? Now they're off on their own saying, I just learned this from DeShawn, so I could teach you, right? And then you know what I mean? But they can't teach. That's the whole point of teaching is it's knowledge beyond the class. I can answer, I can do all these things. So make sure the teacher that you're paying for is knowledgeable. Master classes aren't 20 minutes long. Oy vey, I can go crazy. I got a master class for you. The shit is an hour. There's no way in the world a master class is an hour. So little things like that, Miss Jocelyn. I want you, when you spend your money right. And so I just want to make sure that's completely clear. About Facebook. Don't curse me out about face. Don't curse me out. I could feel it. I could feel it through the air. Yes, I know. I said it. I thought I was going to do more this year, but I realized, no, I'm not going to. No, I'm not going to. But yes, because of the pandemic and because of COVID and the class used to be a class, right? Increase Your Speed used to be a class. And now it is one-on-one. And that just takes time for me to set up. And you're coming to my home and all these things. That just takes time to set up, or you're coming to my area. I don't know. See, that's what I'm saying. So please, About Face, save your coins for next year. Save them for next year, okay? It is coming, but you just save your coins. And I'm working on a whole new website and everything. Please, please, please don't beat me up, About Face. Please, please. Because I have a couple of people yelling at me. I feel like I'm being yelled at. It's like, I'm sorry. I know I'm terrible. I'm terrible at this. But yes, there will be an increase your speed class. I promise you. I promise you. I promise. Please don't kill me. She's like, damn, DeShawn. No, really, please. I love blush. I apply it in an enhancing way that is pretty atypical, right? But I would love to hear some tips on getting different effects depending on blush placement. Well, it just depends on, think of it this way. It's kind of like already like the way you do contour, correct? If you do contour in certain ways, people's face shapes change. That's the problem I have with YouTube, is that they do the same face on everybody. That is why, if you notice on YouTube, if you go to every guru out there, if you took their headshots, black, white, Asian, Hispanic, it doesn't matter. You took their headshots, I swear to God, they would look all the same, because they all contour, highlight, everything. They do everything in the same manner. And that creates a similarity in a bone structure, because they've just structured their faces in the same exact manner. Well, think of it like a contour, like for somebody like me, if I were being on camera, and because my face is a little fuller, I would, for me personally, and for some other people that have bigger cheeks and everything, I really like to emphasize cheeks. So I go around, I actually emphasize it until they pop. You could do the same thing with blush. If you place blush higher, the attention's going higher and it's pulling it out. If you place blush like a natural quick blush, specifically on a white girl, because we don't blush like that, so it's not natural. But you've ever seen it where you just put the blush, you just put the blush like in this area, and that creates that kind of rosacea kind of face, but it's so pretty. So, and that's very Elizabethan. So you would need to start to look up various blush shapes that you see throughout the periods. And so, start like for years, I had an obsession. Oh God, I did. I had an obsession with blush and cheekbones. I would just, on every picture, I would go, oh, what is that? What is that? I would just like freak out. Like, what is that? And so I studied the blush and the cheekbones and all that stuff. And there's so many different ways to do blush. It's crazy. You would think it's just one. No, there's many, many, many ways. Sometimes the lightness that you put here would be a highlight, and then the color would come up. There's so many ways to do blush. It's cuckoo crazy. So I think you'd have a lot of fun just researching blushes and looking through all these pictures. Especially my favorite kind of blush, honestly, is like the Elizabethan kind that kind of looks like a rosacea kind of thing, where it's like down here and it's just like right in this area, and it's like here, and then blushing down. So many different ways they use blush. Oh my God, so many different ways. And then what are you doing? Are you doing a fresh face? Is it supposed to be super, 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 super clean, right? Because that's a different kind of blush than a beat face. And then are you doing a black girl? Is she tanned? Is she not tanned? Oh, honey. If you're doing a white girl, is she tan? Is she not tan? I mean, oh my God, there's so many. Oh, I love blush. There's so many ways to do it. So many ways. So you have a lot to look for. You have a lot to look up. I think you'll have fun with it. I think you will. I really do. Glam God is in the house. Hello, Glam God. You handsome man, you. Hello. Hi, Annie. Okay, Lauren asked me, are fashion shows or movie shoots more stressful, or does it depend on different factors throughout the day? First of all, they're two totally different things. Okay. If you are just, I'm going to speak on just on the team. So when you are doing runway, that can be stressful. How can we explain runway? Runway is like runway is like being on a treadmill. Okay. And then somebody sets you on like speed one, right? And you're like, ah, you're sitting back there. Oh, this is cool. I can do this speed. And then all of a sudden, as the day goes on, all of a sudden they put you to speed three. And you're like, oh, okay. And then speed 10 kicks in because here comes the models and it gets very like, ah, it gets very like this. And a lot of people say to me, DeShawn, I can't take the stress. I happen to love it. It energizes me. But this basically what happens in runway. Okay. And again, that's just team. I key a lot. So key means I'm running the show. I'm designer of the look and all. That's a different animal altogether. Not just getting a look executed. So when you're just on the team, that's what happens. You start at 1, you go to 3, then you go to 10, and then it's just boom. So that's 1. And again, if you can't handle that kind of pace like that, then it might not be good for you. Film, TV, that's a little different because you already have a script. You've already gone through the looks. You kind of know, you kind of know what you want. You've already discussed it with the actors. You discussed it with the director, what they're expecting. In a real film, you might even have an opportunity to talk to the cinematographer who would be in charge of making it look pretty, the lighting. And so there's a lot of conversation. Well, there should be a lot of conversation before you start a film. Okay. So then you kind of come, so think of it this way, it's like a bride. You had a consultation. So you already know what you're doing, right? You already know exactly what you're doing by the time you walk over to the bride, right? It's the same kind of thing. Doesn't mean it's not hectic, but it's the same kind of thing. And a more trained makeup artist in film, they kind of know how long something should take. So they understand that. The only pressures that you have is every now and then just things change. And so you have the AD. The AD would be the assistant director, depending on if he's AD 1, 2, 3. There's so many ADs sometimes, but it's an assistant director. And his or her job is to yell at you and to tell you, hurry up, DeShawn. And you go, oh shit. And, and you think in your mind, because the AD previously told you you had an hour, and then all of a sudden something changed and now they have to go. And then you find yourself rushed. You see what I'm saying? But that's not always, but it happens. It's film. It happens. And sometimes it can happen because you could be shooting outside and the sun is you're losing your son. So all of a sudden now you gotta hurry up. Or it could be maybe they were waiting for a prop to come and then finally the prop came. Come on, DeShawn, the prop came, you gotta go. Or it could be a timing issue. There's a lot of things happening in film, but it's just the AD situation that people tend to have a lot of issue with. Like they get very upset over ADs. I have most respect for ADs. I have never had anything with an AD ever. Like some people they can't stand them. I happen to love them because ADs, assistant directors, they're timekeepers. So they're clicking. They're telling you, hurry the hell up. And so what you want to do to set yourself up is you become their friend. And you're not their friend. You're not their friend, but you are friendly and you respect their job because their job is hard, just like our job is hard. And you get to know them and you just say, hey, if instead of you telling me 25 minutes before the person gets out, can you walkie? Because most of the time you have a walkie-talkie. Then you'll say, can you hit me? Can you tell me through the walkie-talkie 15 minutes before the person has to come out? And then I can gauge myself. All you have to do is talk to them and they'll do that for you. But most people, I don't know what the hell the problem is with ADs. I don't know, but that's the difference. So you understand? So runway and film, there is a hurry up and wait kind of thing. But it just doesn't bother me. Like I know it bothers other people. It doesn't bother me. So I'm a weirdo. I think I'm the one that's ass out. I'm the weirdo when it comes to that. It doesn't bother me. I know that's going to happen. So I'm not bothered by DeShawn, hurry up. And then, and then I'm done. And then when you're done, they say, hurry up. Right. and then you rush the actor to set, and then you stand there for another 45 minutes going, well, why did you rush me? Why did you rush me? And it's sort of like, well, you obviously rushed me for a reason, and now that reason has changed. Okay, I don't care. And then I'm still getting paid, right? So I don't care. And then I just go back to the trailer or go back to wherever the makeup room. I don't care. So that's me. That's my attitude is like that. So I hope that makes sense. That was a long explanation, but I just wanted to be thorough with you, Miss Lauren, so you understand. All right, it says, thank you. It's nice hearing someone who loves blush as much as I do. A lot of makeup artists around me skip it completely, or so it appears in pictures. Oh yeah, I really do love a blush, and so many different ways. And don't forget already, just start to experiment with creams and lipsticks and powders, and just go to town. I think, and start doing it to yourself. You'll see your face will change in so many different ways. It's not contouring. It's not this new thing that they got called blush contouring is bullshit. Please stop following trends. They drive me crazy. Okay, don't do that. It's not contouring, but it is another way to shift the face, but it's not contouring. Please don't do that. What is the chatter emerging out of the fashion weeks that have happened recently? Any changes, some old and some new? Any increase in pay for makeup artists? I have not been in the fashion runway world now for at least 3 years now, purely out of choice. I just don't want to. I just don't want to. Yeah, I haven't done anything. So I don't have anything to kind of report like, yo, this is what's happening. I still believe it stank. I still believe we're not getting paid. Listen, when I first started, the team members alone, the team members, not the team members alone were making like $800 to $1,000 a show, right? But when I finally broke through the pearly gates of the tents and got on some teams, we were lucky we got paid $50 to $100 to $200 because of companies like MAC and Maybelline now, and all of them bringing their people in, and it's just hard to get paid. So as much as I love runway, if I'm not keying, then I'm not interested. So there you go. Lauren asked me, do makeup artists do storyboards or concept boards for the look of the event? Or is it a collaboration with the artistic director for something like a skincare or makeup/commercial campaign? Depends on the company that you're working with. Depends on what the company is asking of you. So you're telling us an event, if it's, I'm going to say that there's always somebody to tell you what they want. Not, you can say, is there a specific look that you want? And they may say, oh, we just want her clean. Well, clean means so many different things to so many different people. So you could take it upon yourself to make up a board. Yes, we all make up boards. You make up a board and you show them various, do you mean this clean, that clean? Or I can go in between this clean and that clean, and you can pick, and then you can give them the direction that you're going in, or you can just do what you want, which is what most of us like. Leave me alone. Let me do what I want. Or you just do what you want. But it would be better if you have clarification on what people are looking for. I remember, this is about hair, but every now and then what I would do is to grab, I don't have anything here. I have books and books and books and books and books of tears. Tears are those, you tear the page out of magazines, called a tear. I have so many of them. And so whenever I key something, if I haven't done a face chart, then I will pull that out as a reference for people who don't understand my speak. And I'll say, well, do you see this cheek? Look, talking about Roddy, see this cheek here? I like this cheek, and then I'll pull out another page. And I'll say, I like this eye. And then we'll go back and forth, and we'll do conversation if necessary. But sometimes I don't do that, and I just do what I want. Most of the time people trust in me and they let me do what I want. And a lot of times I design and key things that are multi-layered. And so what do I mean by that? There's a lot of different looks coming down the runway. So it's not just one. And so they kind of let me be. Every now and then I get pushback, but they kind of let me be with the looks I create. Um, yeah, every now and then they'll try to push back, but yeah, that's it. Glam God. Yes, I just got yelled at. Do you plan on doing another Increase Your Speed workshop? Yes, because I got yelled at ever so nicely and gently by About Face a few minutes before you came on. She really was cursing me out. She really was. I heard her. Yes, but it will be 2022. Okay, so look out for that. 2022, and will be probably on DeShawnHatcher.com 2.0, the new DeShawn Hatcher. I took pictures and everything. You'll see new picture of me and everything. It's a new site coming your way, people. So yes, Increase Your Speed 2022 will be out. Yes. Thank you for asking. Do you have more organization / space and comfort? Do you have, does that say do you have more organization / space and comfort working in a movie trailer? Do they have AC, air conditioner, laugh out loud? Yeah, they do. It's comfy. Those things, I've only been in like, I don't do films as much as, I mean, when I started, I'm a film makeup artist. I'm trained in film. And so when I was in film, I was doing at the time, very low, if I can get really low on the totem pole of films. It wasn't cushy. It wasn't poo-poo. It was, it was low. And oddly enough, it was like, kind of like when I went over to fashion and then came back over to like the film world, then all of a sudden I started getting trailers and I was like, oh, damn. Oh, damn, I'm in a trailer. I done moved on up. So yeah, there's AC in trailers. It's very nice. It's very plush. But guess what? The one thing I learned, because it was my first time in a trailer, the days of first, I tell you. So yes, Lauren, I made it to the trailer the first time, and I thought I was hoity mother effing toity, right? And so I said to myself, I'm gonna make my thing look nice, right? So I was like, I'm gonna set it up. So I set it up. I even had like display units. I don't know who the hell I was, okay? I don't know what crack crawled up in my brain. So I had display units. Oh, how beautiful. Oh, so nice. Oh. And then all of a sudden, the bitch moved. And I said, I didn't know these trailers were going to be moving. So we were in a trailer moving from location to location. I was like, God damn it. Everything fell over. Everything was all over. I was like, I did not know that. I didn't know we were going to move. Trailers move. So yeah, so is it comfortable? Yes, but it's not comfortable when you're going, oh shit, and then your shit is all over the floor. No, it's not comfortable. There you go. Put your shit away. Yeah, these stupid things only happen to me, and they only have to happen once, but they all happen to me. There you go. Alrighty said, I did a mood board for every music video and photo shoot I did with a singer that I work with from time to time. Nobody asked me to, but they were always welcome. Yes, they were always welcomed. Yes. People, how you say? A lot of people give us freedom. Like they'll give the makeup artist freedom. Do what you want. But I really do think that making up mood boards or tears or face charts, whatever you can pull up and put together as a presentation will only make you look more professional to them. And I think they just appreciate it. They'll, because I hate to say this, but we're not the number one priority on their list. That we're not, and so it's important that we kind of like, put ourselves out there. Like a lot of times you create your, what I'm trying to say. A lot of times you create your reputation by doing things what I've already just said. She does that. Nobody asked her to do that, but you did it. You see, she did it, and people appreciated that. And I bet you people remembered her for that proactive stance excuse me, for being proactive in her career. That's what I mean by being proactive. Like, get your ass up and create a mood board. Do it. No, but when nobody asked me, well, why somebody got to ask you? Do it. I created mood boards before I knew what a mood board was. I didn't know what a mood board was. I had no idea. I remember my first photo shoot ever was with Wesley Harrell. Hi, Wesley. I know you don't watch me, but I'm saying hi to you anyway because I love you. So Wesley was a director of photography on a real film that I was working on. And he just said to me, hey, your makeup's really pretty. Would you like to do a shoot with me? And I was like, sure. Okay, whatever. I don't care. And we sat down and I came up with these concepts and I said, I really like to do this. Do you think it's possible? But I gave him visuals. What you're doing is giving visuals. I gave him visuals, and he was able to do everything I asked. I gave him visuals and he had his crew. I've never seen anything like that. He had his crew and we just did our little photo shoot. It turned out really nice. But, you have to be proactive. You have to, just because there ain't nobody asking you doesn't mean you shouldn't do it, All right, Glam God. All right, now 2222022 is coming. One hot face. Hi, one hot face. Evie. Hi, Evie. Hello, DeShawn. Greetings, all your people. All right, peeps. We have one more question because you got to eat. Everything shuts down. No. Have I ever been on tour with a musician? No. I've been on tour for companies, for makeup companies and things like that. But I have never been on a tour for, no, I've never been on I'm going, have I? Not in the sense that what you're asking me, I feel like I know what you're asking me. No, not like that. I do press junkets, which basically means a celebrity, you're with a celebrity for their press, which means you're following them around. You're in those little black what is it, SUVs that look like like the president's in them or something, and you're traveling around in those all day long, and you could be doing it for weeks, and you could come home and you just want to pass out on the floor. So those I've done, but I have not I have not been on tour with Janet Jackson. I wish I'd have her posted like right here. But no. Oh God. So hey Evie, thank you for the love of the red lippy. Thank you, girl. No, but seriously, I normally stay on for like an hour and a half, but tonight I haven't eaten all day. She's got to get some food in her, but I didn't want to miss you fabulous people. Next time I'll tell you the story, but it's too long and I got to order my food. So there you go. But thank you guys for coming by. I know you're like, but damn, Sean, it's not even an hour. I said, ask me a question. This 53 minutes. You have 7 minutes left. If you don't ask me a question, get the hell out of here. I'm ordering my food. I'm ordering my food. But Lauren, for one of my tours, for the tour that I was on, excuse me, I just kicked my slipper off my foot. For the tour that I was on, it was for 3 months, and it was traveling across America and back, and on a tour bus, like a rock star tour bus. That was hilarious. So that's that, people. She's out. Thank you for coming by. I know this was like, well, damn, she normally on longer. No. Love you guys. See you soon. See you next Sunday. Bye, people. Bye. She got to get her food.